more time?
Yep. So, welcome. Hi, my name is Jamich, and I am proud to present you the cbREV Sunrise 1000 rank point speedrun. But it's basically going to be impossible for me to talk during it, so I'm going to hand almost everything over to my commentator, Kinda Nerdy Housewife, and I'm going to do an immediate countdown, and we'll get started, and she can start explaining what's going on. Okay, so...
Hello, everybody. I am a Kinda Nerdy Housewife. Today for you, Jamich is going to be playing Crossbeats Rev Sunrise. It is a touchscreen arcade music game that was developed by Capcom in 2015. That's enough for the intros. So let's just get going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so Crossbeats Rev is in the music game genre. If you're unfamiliar with that, that is a genre in which you have to perform indicated actions in time with some music. In the case of Crossbeats Rev, there are only 3 simple gameplay mechanics. There are tap notes, which you have to tap. There are hold notes, which you have to hold for the indicated amount of time. And there are flick notes, which you have to swipe through in the appropriate direction. Every time Jamich performs one of the indicated actions, he will receive a rating depending on how well he timed that action. The best possible rating is flawless. It is followed by super, cool, fast, slow, fast squared, slow squared, and if you completely whiff and miss a note, you will receive a fail. So we are hoping to see lots of flawlesses and supers, only a few cools, and nothing below that. At the bottom of the screen, you will see a combo indicator. If you're unfamiliar with music games, your combo is simply how many notes you hit in a row without doing badly. In the case of Crossbeats, if you get a fast squared, slow squared, or failed rating, that will break your combo and reset it to 0. Now, those of you who are familiar with music games are going to be asking, well, how in the heck do you speedrun a music game? Aren't music games basically all auto-scrollers? And the answer to that is rank points. You see, when this game was back online and had online services, there was a metric that was used to compare the skills of players against each other called rank points. Rank points are earned by doing well on a song, and the goal of this speedrun is to get 1,000 rank points as quickly as possible. Now, rank points have a few very interesting properties. First of all, there is a maximum number of rank points you can earn per song. So you can't just spam the same song over and over again to grind rank points. You actually have to do well on different songs. Another interesting property of rank points is that the higher the difficulty of the song, as you'll see on the screen right now, each song has a numerical assigned difficulty. So this is a difficulty 80 song. The higher the difficulty of the song, the more rank points you can earn. So hard songs mean you can earn a lot of rank points. Easy songs mean you can only earn a few rank points. And the kicker is, if you fail a song, you will get no rank points. So underneath the song title at the top of the screen, you will see a purple flashing bar. That is Jamich's life bar. If that bar is ever fully depleted, Jamich will fail the song and will receive no rank points. Now that bar goes down every time Jamich does badly, and the worse you do, the faster it drops. So when you combine all those interesting properties, this run becomes basically a press your luck type game. You want to do songs that are really hard because really hard songs get you rank points, But if the song is so hard that you can't do well on it, you're going to fail and you're not going to earn rank points at all. So you really want to hit that sweet spot of, I can do well on this song, but it's still really hard, which makes the speedrun really interesting, in my opinion. So some of the strats that Jamich is going to employ for this run, he has chosen to do the most difficult songs first. That way he can adjust his song selection near the end of the run if he feels he is falling behind his rank point pace. He has several different end run songs picked out, and he will choose from among that list depending on how confident he feels on his rank point pace. Some other strats. He is definitely focusing on shorter songs. Of course, songs with shorter song lengths are going to go faster, which is going to take time off that clock. And of course, also that difficulty balance of wanting songs that are high difficulty, but not too high difficulty. Songs he knows he can do well on, but not fail, that are still difficult. Anyway, so to get back to the exact calculation of rank points are the difficulty of the song, the numerical difficulty of the song, multiplied by the clear rate. Now, the clear rate has two different components. 20% of your clear rate is determined entirely by your max combo. So you take the largest combo you get at any point in the song, and you divide that by the total number of points. The sort of result of this is that you really don't want to break your combo in the middle of a song. If you're going to break combo, you'd rather do it at the beginning of the song or the end of the song. If you break combo in the middle of your song, that's really going to lower your clear rate, which is going to lower the number of rank points you earn. The other 80% of clear rate is determined by the individual rankings on each notes. Flawlesses and super rankings count for full credit for clear rate. Cool rankings only count for half credit, and anything below a cool gives you no credit at all. So Jamich here is hoping to get lots of flawlesses and supers. Getting a couple of cools in there is okay, but anything less than that, and it will not count towards earning rank points. Neat. So there are a couple of modifiers that help you to your rank points as well. The first is the life gauge modifier. If you play the game on the hardest life gauge, which is called the ultimate life gauge, you earn a bonus 20% to the number of rank points you earn. The ultimate life gauge is pretty brutal. If you mess up even a little bit, it drops like a rock. So it is definitely a risk and reward, but 20 extra earnings of rank points is huge. The other modifier is each song has 5 different difficulties you can play it on. If you play it on the hardest difficulty, which is coded in purple and is called the unlimited difficulty, you do get an extra 1% to the amount of rank points you earn. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually can add up quite a bit. So, right now we're playing Dynamite Sensation. This is a song by Naoki Maeda, who many of you will recognize from his work on Konami's Bimani series. He had a huge hand in helping with Dance Dance Revolution. He did a lot of very memorable songs for that game, and just a lot of music for Konami in general. You can definitely hear his signature musical style all over this song. He was actually the executive music director for this game, so he got a lot of really great musicians, including many of his former co-workers from Konami, to write a lot of really good, completely original music for this game. Okay. So as I mentioned before, this is a Capcom developed game, and Capcom has a huge backlog of video game music at their disposal. And of course that includes some Mega Man. So everyone get out your Mega Man related emotes in chat, start spamming those lemons and those Mega Man heads. I want to see them all in there, and I'm going to open it up for some donations while we listen to some awesome Mega Man music. This is simulated donation time. Okay, I want to mention that Capcom music that we won't be getting to in this speedrun, unfortunately, because it just doesn't fit in with our rank point routing. There are many Monster Hunter songs, there's a Phoenix Wright song, and there's a couple of Street Fighter songs too. Unfortunately, we won't be playing any of those because they don't fit into our rank point routing, but they are there if you ever want to play the game. In the theme of Capcom music, next we have Code Underscore, which is a song from a Resident Evil game. I don't know which one, I'm not super familiar with Resident Evil, but the thing to note is this is the single shortest song in this entire game, which makes it great for this speedrun. Because once again, short songs save you time. This is also a song in which Jamich will be getting that unlimited bonus. He will be playing the most difficult chart. On this one, it's kind of nice because even the most difficult chart is not that difficult. So it's a great way to have a little break. Even though this is an unlimited chart, it's right in smack dab in the middle of the speed run, and it's a nice little breather. And yet, you still get that unlimited bonus. I also love how this song sounds. I think it sounds cool. And okay, I'd probably put one donation here. If this were an actual marathon. So this is a good time to talk about menuing because Jamich is going to do some menuing here. There are a couple of in-game mods he likes to set, and he has to do those at the beginning of every 3-song set. So this is an arcade game. Back in the day, you'd pay your money, you'd get 3-song set, You'd set your settings at the beginning, and they persist throughout the 3-song set. The one modifier that he uses that's really interesting is the tablet modifier. And what that does is it shrinks the area in which notes appear from this big arcade screen. It shrinks it down into a tablet size. This has advantages and disadvantages. One of the advantages, of course, is that you have to move your hands less physically far because the notes are not as spaced out. But the disadvantage is that because the notes are so crowded together, sometimes their hitboxes overlap a little bit, so you have to be very precise with exactly where you tap. Because if you tap slightly too far or to the right or left, you might accidentally activate the hitbox of a different note, which is gonna throw off your ratings and your combos. So it's a really high risk, high reward kind of thing. But of course, Jamich has played on tablet mode a lot, so is quite used to it at this point. One of the other in-game visual modifications he likes to use is he likes to dim the background animations. All the songs have different cute little background animations that play while the song is going on, and some of those are pretty flashy and distracting, so he likes to dim those down. To mention one other speedrunning strat, most of the modifiers you have to set at the beginning is the wisest place to set them, and then they persist for 3 songs. And you have to do those in a separate menu. But one of the nice things about crossbeats is it actually lets you adjust your speed modifier on the loading screen. So we can take advantage of that to save time. Because it's just loading. It's going to happen anyway, so if we can get something done during the loading time, we're saving time. Okay, this is probably another good place for donations, so I'm gonna say I'd probably do 3 or 4 donations here. And then the host would take over and be like, blah 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 donated blah 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 and said blah 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 blah. No joke. We love our hosts. Okay, and this is probably where I'd cut the host off politely and say, so, you might be looking at this game and thinking, oh, this is super cool. How can I get into playing this game? And unfortunately, the answer to that is this game is a little bit tricky to find. There was a free-to-play iOS version. Unfortunately, that was discontinued a few years ago and is no longer available on the Apple Store. So there's not an easy way to get it. However, there is a arcade/bowling chain called Round One, and they have large Japanese-style arcades. Ooh, full combo, nice. Anyway, most but not all Round Ones do have a crossbeats REV cabinet, so that is one way you can play it. I also know that there are several crossbeats REV's arcade machines on the con circuit by the various arcade providers. So when it's safe to go to cons again, check your local convention arcade. They might have a crossbeats REV cab. The other way to play it is this game does have a spiritual successor called Seven's Code. That is available on the iOS. Did I say that? Yes, Seven's Code. That is available on the iOS. It has a similar gameplay style, but of course it's not exactly the same. To mention where this cabinet is, we are currently playing on 100% official arcade hardware and software. This is a privately owned cabinet that is co-owned by Jamich and I. We actually got this arcade cabinet through Tokyo Attack, which is an organization that provided arcade games for GDQ for many, many years. Unfortunately, they did shutter their doors recently, which is unfortunate. But we purchased this arcade cabinet through them because in addition to providing arcade equipment for conventions, they also did private sales. So that's how we got this machine. This machine is currently running what is known in the community as the offline patch. When this game discontinued online services, they did one final patch. It took out all the licensed music to avoid issues with licenses expiring. So most of the music left in this game is completely original to crossbeats. There are a handful of Toho songs and a smattering of Vocaloid songs that are obviously not original to this game, but most of the music in this game is original to this game. Which is very nice because the lack of licensed music means that the DMCA bots leave this game alone for the most part, which is kind of rare among rhythm games. Back before this patch, this game actually had licensed music, like there was a bunch of anime themes and a bunch of baby metal songs, but unfortunately those are no longer in this version of the game. Those were removed when online services ended. Yeah, and those online services ended in 2018. So this is another really great spot. We're getting towards the end of this run here, but this is another great spot for donations, so I'm going to do some more simulated donation time while I read over my notes and decide what I want to say next. Also take a sip of water because that's something I can do during donation time. For this particular one, I'd probably tell the host to read donations until the end of the song. By the way, Jamich is doing great right now. He is kind of on fire. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a new world record. Of course, you know, a combo break at the right time would kind of ruin that. Like, that one's not too bad. That's towards the end of the song. Okay, so we're actually on a really good pace right now as far as rank points go. Like I did say, Jamich does have several different songs selected for the end game here in case he's not on his rank point route. The next song is Pyromania. This is Jamich's favorite song in the entire game. He always plays it whenever he streams. And luckily, not only is it a really good song, but it's actually really good for this run. Because it is a difficulty 84 song, or it does have a maximum of 84 rank points he can earn here. And because he loves this song so much, he plays it a lot. And because he plays it a lot, that means he's really, really good at it. So he can get really good play and a lot of rank points out of this one. Okay, this is going to be the last spot in the run for donations. Probably only 3 or 4, but we're almost in the end game here, so this is going to be the last time I call for donations. Oh, but I do also want to mention that this is one of the few songs that Jamich will play on the flip modifier. There is a consistent drum pattern throughout this song, and Jamich does prefer to play that pattern on his dominant hand. So this game actually has a in-game modification that will flip the notes, mirror them. I think it's intended for left-handed players. But, you know, all pre-programmed modifications to this game are allowed, so if he wants to use that flip, it is perfectly allowed. Okay, so we are on great pace, so Jamich is going to play Hello Mr. Crosby. He selects this for his last song when he's on good pace because this is a relatively short song, but it doesn't have a huge amount of rank points associated with it. So he will only choose to play this song if he is on a good pace. If he is on a bad pace, he will choose a song that is a little bit longer, so you lose a little time, but has a much higher total amount of rank points that can be earned. But he's actually on a great pace right now. So that means he can choose that shorter song, and as long as he does decently well, he's still going to hit that 1,000 rank point total. So I am going to watch intently here. For the sake of the tech team, the time will be as soon as we see the results screen. That'll be when we stop the timer. Because I don't think he's going to have to do an extra song unless something goes horribly wrong. Now, if he didn't have 1,000 rank points by the end of this song, Jamich would have to do another song, which of course would not only eat time because you have to account for the entire length of that song, but it's also a new set, so he has to go through all that arcade game menuing of start the game, select the mode, find the song. So you adding another set really eats up a lot of time, but full combo. We're coming up on time and time. Woo! Good run, GG. That was on fire.
We knocked more time off of it. We knocked more time off of it. I accidentally went to the song preview, so there's a few seconds to save. And I was so far ahead on the last song, I probably could have swapped in Overlap, which I think is even shorter.
Okay.
So we have some time to save on this run. But this should qualify. This should actually be a new world record.
Woo! New world record for a GDQ submission video. That'll be fun when we actually turn this video in. Anyway, yeah, thank you for anyone who's watching this submission video in the future. Thank you for watching and considering Jamich's run.